Hey there, meatheads. It's Christian with a quick message about Instacart. Hey, just checking before we go any further. Are you running low on snacks? Are you running low on any kind of beverages? I know I am, and I really don't want to go out there. So why don't we let the good folks at Instacart help us out? They can get your order delivered to your door in as little as 30 minutes. 30 minutes. That's pretty damn quick if you ask me. Not only that, they're offering our meatheads, our beloved meatheads, a special offer. You can get free priority delivering with an order of $10 or more just by clicking a link that is going to be in our episode description and our show notes. Again, you can look in our episode description, our show notes, and anywhere else we're going to be posting this link because we're going to try and get you to post it. This is a great way to support the podcast and help us keep doing what we love doing, and not just being ridiculous. So thank you again, and click that link. Get yourself some snacks. You deserve it. You really do. You had a hard week, man.
It is erotic, baby.
Erotic.
Are we recording right now?
Oh, yeah.
To the National Meat Treasure Podcast with your host, Baboni. I can't say his name without saying it that way. Baboni.
What? Oh, Bad Bunny? Okay. that didn't sound like Bad Bunny.
That's how he says his own name. Because like I remember I saw an interview where he was like, there are fans of reggaeton and there are fans of Bad Bunny. I want to make the fans of Bad Bunny and fans of reggaeton to bring it back. Yeah. And he did. He did successfully bring back reggaeton for like 2 years.
He's really cool. I don't know how he built this amazing cool persona, but it's just always been cool. I mean, literally the man like was in the Royal Rumble.
When you stay single for a while, you just get
my god.
You rise. You rise. You live your
rise.
highest potential.
Yeah. So like
potential.
What does society look like if men never get distracted by women?
Better. You know what it would be? Like it would be like, well, introduce yourselves.
Well, before we
always
get
do
into
that. We always do
Bad
that.
Bunny. I'll look towards another reggaeton, a legend who for some reason is getting retired by Bad Bunny, Daddy Yankee. La Gasolina ya no
Are they on
está.
tour together? I know Daddy Yankee's got a tour coming up. I don't know if Bad Bunny does as well.
I don't know. But it's wild. The man, I didn't even know he was still in the running, but let's go.
Oh yeah. Daddy, do I listen to more reggaeton than you? Oh, obviously I do listen to more reggaeton than you because
you do.
I party and you don't.
You listen it's not my shit. Yeah, I listen to emo shit and like lo-fi and yeah, that's it. And a lot of NPR podcasts. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Please.
Yeah, I'm not listening to no reggaeton either.
Really?
I do appreciate it.
It's fire.
You know what it is? Fire. I need you niggas to start doing uppers to get on my level. Because
I'm Joey from the National Meat Treasure Podcast, aka Thriller from the National Meat Treasure Podcast. By the way,
bang it on the chest.
You niggas need some uppers because not listen. I can understand everything else about y'all niggas' lives that are weird to me, but not listening to reggaeton like that's. And I'm black. I'm not even. Also, by the way, for the audience,
but reggaeton is black, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, but okay. I'm gonna say this to the audience: there are no black. I think I'm the only black person I know who listens to reggaeton. I didn't know because that was the thing when we were like in the 8th grade. But I have not met a black person since that listens to it outside of New York. Outside of New York, you do not know one. But if you are a listener,
let's hold on. Let's talk about the roots of reggaeton. Just because I am not an
yes,
fan,
we know the roots. But I'm saying a black American person that is not Hispanic, I am the only one I know.
But why?
Every Hispanic person I meet is very surprised.
Why should I?
Nicky Jam songs.
Why should I like reggaeton? Like that's not saying I don't. I'm not saying I don't. But like, what is your? Joey. You're like that. You're like saying that needs to happen. People need to listen to this. Why? Because
for me, great dance music. It's in its renaissance right now. It's reviving again. It's not like the same.
It's in its revival.
It's not like in 8th grade there was always like the thing that it was like repetitive. But now you have so many new artists. Now you have J Balvin, you have Bad Bunny, you have fucking annual, like, or however the fuck you say that. Like, there's a lot going on in reggaeton right now. It's very exciting.
Listen,
also, again, I go out.
Okay.
So I like to dance.
I don't know if reggaeton ever like really left, because it like went from like Daddy Yankee to Ozuna, and it went to like a lot of like different artists. So
Yeah.
that kind of carried it on. I think, like what happened is that Bad Bunny has been able to bring it to a new height and new level, and the artists that are in it right now are like bringing it to that level, because they took they took the performance to a different level. Like literally, like both my cousins went to go see Bad Bunny in Barclays, and that shit looked like a party, bro. Like
Yeah,
that was a
I
wild
want to
party.
go to one of those.
Fire bursting in the
I
air,
want to go to a
like
Bad Bunny show.
women like shaking their rear ends. Everyone is in a good mood. Like, yo, like, bro, I get it. I love it, but I think it never went away. And there's so many black people in
It did go
reggaeton.
away it didn't go away per se, but it like it took a back seat because like Latin trap kind of got ahead of it, and then obviously it wasn't as at least
Latin
in
trap. Well,
I
what's
mean,
Latin trap?
I can't really tell a distinction, but Hispanic people can. That's the conversations I've had. It's obviously shit I don't really listen to, but it's more like
the Bad Bunny shit that's not reggaeton.
Essentially, yeah. or like the shit like Ozuna. It's kind of like the Latin trap, or like older Ozuna.
Yeah,
But
I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
It took a backseat to that, and then again, that Latin trap wasn't getting played over here. It was getting played over in Puerto Rico and stuff like that.
Puerto Rico and all of the Caribbean Isles and all of South America, because South America be riding real hard for those dudes.
Niggas actually hate Bad Bunny because who was it? Was it Ozuna? I think it was Ozuna who like hates Bad Bunny because like he's like, oh, he talks about how he's bringing back reggaeton, but he's not even like from the fucking streets. Like nigga, who cares? Half the niggas who listen to this can't speak that language. I have no idea what Bad Bunny's talking about.
That's so whack. That's such a whack like thought process. Like, reggaeton never belonged to like one sect of the culture. Like it wasn't about
class.
Yeah, it's not just about being hard and doing anything. Like even Ozuna like was basically like a fucking what was it, a Nouveau commercial half the time. He always had that pink fucking champagne bottle. like that doesn't tell me you're a very scary gangster. I'm sorry. Like, just chill, bro. Let's all smoke this shit and get hot and drunk. Like, just everyone dance.
Yeah, it like when you think about it, right? It's like yeah, okay, you're a reggaeton artist, you're a reggaeton like rapper from the streets, from the hood. You want to talk about all that shit. That's great, but like while you're making music to literally grind up on somebody's ass, you want to talk so hard about how you killing niggas in the streets.
Latinos are weird about that, bro.
Like,
Latinos are
you want me to rub my dick on this girl's ass in the club to the thoughts of you gunning a nigga down?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Joey. Salsa, merengue sounds really happy, but 75% of the time, it's about some strife. It's about some troubles. It's about drug addiction. It's about like Eddie like yo, Hector Lavoe, one of the greatest salsa artists of all time, would constantly talk about how he's strung out and he's brokenhearted from not doing enough fucking drugs in his life, which it's ultimately what killed him. He overdosed, but like that shit is deep. Like some of the most banger songs I remember listening to are about, like, there's one song that I remember is Ahora me da pena, and that translates basically like now, like I'm ashamed to say, right? So he's like, it's this whole song and it's fire, right? You want to dance, you want to see you spinning your girl, you smell great, you about to like really have some good sex later. And he's talking about how like New York sucks and shit sucks and life sucks, and you guys think that like because we're over here and not on the island that like shit is sweet, but shit ain't sweet. People are getting killed all day. Like literally, that's the whole song. Like him just saying, yeah, people get killed for $1. People don't make it. Like stop thinking it's all sweet out here. Like, and that was a guidance counselor in Queens. Shout out Henry Fiol, who happened to be my mom's guidance counselor. And I only say this because I'm gonna have one sad note because I want to get real with you guys. It's my mom's birthday on Monday. Rest in peace, Mama.
Rest in peace.
Love you.
Rest in peace, Miss Cardona.
Right there for you. And that was a good memory because I remembered your guidance counselor. And that she was always the most G shit in the world. Like she was just like, yeah, that's like he like writes me letters and like she would show me like letters. Like she had like a good connection with him as a young person. So Henry Fiol was fire. Watch it. Listen to that song. Man, by now.
I love this divide between us because you talked about a guidance counselor. I remember there was a guidance counselor in my school. I think her name was like Miss Williams. All I could think about how fucking fine she was. She was just mad tall and skinny with a fat, crazy ass.
Yo, wow. The paraprofessionals be banging.
I had a racist guidance counselor.
You're in Staten Island. Everybody's racist.
Staten Island. That checks.
Yo, you know what? You know what this bitch did to me? Like, so I was always like an 88, like right under 90, right above 85 kind of student, right? So when it came to like talking about colleges, she was like, "Oh man, you've got amazing grades. Do you want to just go to work instead of college? Do you not want to go to college?" Like, and I was like, "You're insinuating I'm not going to college because I'm black." Like immediately. Like,
oh, like the teacher from Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh my God, that teacher's so good. Oh God, she's like, yeah, everything she says is just one of the like, the writing on that show.
I know you love hooping, Chris. I don't play basketball.
It's so good. That show, I love. I was talking to you before about like the black and brown experience being very similar. Everybody Hates Chris is one of those things where like I watch it and I'm like, wow, like I get that we're all poor in this scenario, but why do we have so many of the same things happening? Like it doesn't really make sense. And that brings me to something, and I'm not going to spoil, but if you haven't watched Atlanta, season 3, they got 2 episodes up. That first episode is a fever dream, is a complete fever dream. And I love it. It's the best thing in the world. Like, I didn't realize that I needed that episode, but thank you, Donna Glover, for coming back. I got to say that.
So I'll have to watch that after we're done here. I haven't watched TV in weeks. I've been on TikTok. I post like fucking 15 TikToks a fucking day. Between TikTok, making the clips for this thing, I am just...
That's what TikTok wants you to do. It wants you to stay on the app, to crave for the app, so you can watch for the app and pay for the app. That's the thing.
I don't know why I'm talking to that voice.
Black preacher.
Yeah. was that Black preacher for you? That you sounded like
Southern Baptist. And
you sounded like Morbius, the fucking the vampire that's in Spider-Man.
I don't sound like he has like an Eastern European like.
That sounded accent. Very Eastern Europe. It sounded like Eastern European, like you know what it sounded like? A little bit like the shit from Resident Evil when you're like in the shops. What are you buying? That's what you sounded like. But it's like not him. His like
very true. Yeah, like I've decided that that the person that I identify is always as the non-playable character that has all the wares, because that's who I want to be in life. Like I want you to come to me and get your great sword. I want you to be able to get your bastard sword, or your 6-shooter. I'm like Khajiit from I have many wares. I would totally be some manimal selling people potions and shit.
I want to be, if I was a video game character, I would be, I know exactly what I'd be. Hold on, let me look up her name. I'd be one of those characters that like you go into a fight with and you think it's a boss and you think you're supposed to beat it, but it just 99999s you the whole time and you die. And then when you die, you're like, fuck, I died. But then the story continues and it's like, oh, I wasn't supposed to beat that character.
That's you. You want to be that person. Okay. Yes. Okay. That checks for you. That totally, that's everything there. I like it.
I can only say I would just want to be CJ from San Andreas because that's the only video game I ever played. And
wait, so I know this is on brand for Joey, but like you don't really play much video games at all, like anything.
Nah, because like
even growing up.
No, I did, of course. Like that's all I did when I was younger is play video games. But as I got older, and like you get into shit, like you get a girlfriend and you get a job, there was just like less and less time. And then you get a
Why don't
hobby.
get a girlfriend, man?
And then anyway,
Leave her.
and then you get a hobby and you get a job and then you get a car and there's just like not time for video games.
No, I'm there with you. Like I got 2 kids. Like there's really like no time.
So
and
set your
like
car on fire and start gaming, bro.
That's what I'm gonna do. My son has literally taken over my Switch. He even taken over my Pokemon Legends Arceus account. Like he's like jacking me for everything. Yeah. Like and he's fully with them. So this is a random thing that just happened, but have you guys seen like how Lego has just kind of like upped their game?
No.
Lego is never not upping their game, but what do they do?
So I bought my son Super Mario Brothers Lego, like this whole thing. It's this whole system where we're literally like Mario is kind of more of a stationary character. He's bigger, but he has this little light under him and it reads like whatever colors on under him and it can tell what's under him. So it'll like if it's like something that's red, it's supposed to be like, the lava, or if it's the grass, he's supposed to be jumping. So if you put him over something red, he'll like start like pretending he's on fire. He's like, ah! Like it's the
I think that's
coolest thing.
Relatively old update in the Lego world.
You think so? Because there's like little tiny barcodes he reads, and he can he can tell it's also Bluetooth enabled. Like it does all these crazy things with it. So I don't know if that's relatively old, my friend. Maybe some of it, but I mean, I have Titantron.
It's actually funny. So you remember I told my mom like if she wants to speak to me, it's $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I didn't tell TikTok this until the other day.
Oh shit!
I posted something and I asked TikTok if I was wrong, and they said, "Nah, you're all right. Like you did the right thing." But it's so funny because because of the post has like 100,000 views. So like now I'm just like I was recalling memories of my mom, and you bring up Legos, which is funny because for literally no fucking reason except her own bullshit bipolar nonsense, she threw out my Legos when I was 14 because she just didn't want me to have them. You know how you see the fucking cartoons where like a parent steps on a Lego.
I know.
Obviously most painful thing in the world. If she stepped on my Legos and
throw them
out, I would understand. But she didn't step on them. She just did not want me to have them because I was 14 and I was too old for them.
The kind of manipulative and traumatic like things that parents can pull just because they don't agree, or they something happens in their life that they're not sharing with us, and just to punish like so blindly, like that's fucked up. Like I saw that other TikTok like where like she got upset with you to the point where she like took your bookcase out of your room and didn't want you to read. Like it's such it's like Matilda vibes, like like chill.
It was just so
like,
funny because
chill, daddy.
I'm almost 100% sure I was being punished for because I was 8, I was like 10 or something like that. So like I couldn't have done anything crazy. This is when I was still living in Staten Island. I wasn't even 10 yet. But I remember I feel like I got like a C+ in some class or whatever, and her solution was to take the TV and my books. And I'm like, so if I'm doing shitty in 4th grade, why would you take my
Let's
books?
Reinforce that.
You should probably let me fucking read. But like I said, she's a dying ass old woman. So I'm in my prime, so I can't really be too mad. And it's funny because the original post about so I posted on TikTok. Somebody posted like, "What's a weird punishment you got?" And I said about the thing about taking my books away. And
your camera went out.
It's funny because like I started it with like, "Oh, I used to get hit," but blah, blah, blah. You can go follow me on TikTok at thin.cruel.lips if you don't already. But anyways, it's so funny because all the comments, it's like hundreds of comments of people like going through all the beatings they got in detail as children. And I'll say this, I will give grace to parents who hit their kids that are like parents who are like 50, 60 years old now, only because we are slave to the times, right? Like, there's been tons of atrocities that have gone on through human history that were, slavery was just a Wednesday for most people, you know what I mean? But I can forgive the past if you recognize it was wrong in the future, and if they don't recognize it's wrong or the present rather, now that we're living in the present and you don't recognize, hey, shit I did to you 20 years ago was wrong, that person needs to exit your life. And I'm just talking to anybody out there who's dealing with parent issues, which seems to be everybody, so I'm pretty grateful I don't have parents. I feel like I don't know many people with like a really solid relationship with both parents. One, I know a lot, but two, both? Or like one in
the healthy relationship. Yeah, the healthy relationship doesn't always extend to your parents sometimes. And I don't think I'm any different in that regard. Like, I remember like thinking about an instance like that. So one Christmas we got like full on like closed boxes of like first edition like Pokemon cards. So this is like when we were kids, like, like nobody had any idea that it was like that valuable at the time, but it was valuable already. Like, he was already getting onto the market because the Japanese market was kind of on fire. So we ended up like getting a misprint for Venusaur. So it was actually like, so it was a foil misprint color. It was bluish instead of the green. And then we had like 3 or 4 Zapdos cards. I didn't get the Charizard, so the Holy Grail, but we did get Dark Blastoise in one of the sets that we had. Ooh. And so it was fucking awesome. Like, I took care of all that shit because I knew that this was worth at least a couple $100 at the time. I think the Charizard card was $400, so that was the highest value at the time.
$400 in 2002. So
no, not even 2000. I think it was. I think it must be like 97, 98.
That's a mortgage payment right there.
Yeah. So like, no, legitimately. I mean, look, you have Logan Paul or one of the Pauls coming to the fucking ring to fight Mayweather with a fucking gold encrusted like case that holds a Charizard first edition. Like, that's how ridiculous we've jumped the shark over this thing. But my point is, I remember having all those cards and being like having them feel so important to me. My brother had fucked up in school, same thing, like a bad grade. And my dad, instead of just like, like, hey, let's work on whatever, like, let's figure this out, went full on trauma and cut all those cards in front of us. Yeah, all of them. All of them. And then another time he smashed our PlayStation because he was pissed off that, again, my brother had done something and just destroyed it in front of us. And we were just like those 2 times.
Like, didn't you pay for that?
Yeah, and my mom literally said to him, like, you're fucking stupid. You're going to have to buy them a PlayStation again. Like, that's not cool. Like, you like at all. Like, go get them. But I miss RIPs to that PlayStation. It was the original great console. But those Pokemon
you know
cards.
what I want to know? Are there any fans out there who have beat up their parents? Because I feel like a lot of us grew up getting hit, and like I feel like every guy has the moment where his mom goes to hit him, and you're like, hold on.
Yeah,
I'm mid puberty right now, bitch.
You catch the belt mid swing, we go, huh, and it's like one of those like one of those like Charlton Heston films, and you go, not today. Like,
all right, no, okay. All right, so I'm gonna tell you my funniest beating. All right, this is gonna sound like crazy, but for me at least, like I said, I can laugh at the past. So my thing was, I was able to block the belt before I was double digits. So I was like 9, 10 years old. I could block the belt, right? Wow. And there were a couple of times where I grabbed it and like it only made things worse. So I was like, all right, well, where can I get hit on my body that's like not gonna affect me that much, but also not make it look like I'm blocking? Usually it was right here in the shoulder. Just
you can take a few blows there.
You take right in the rear delt. You just swivel your hip over, and then
you figure it out.
Catch it right there.
You figure it out.
Go to the YouTube if you're not already. But
the wide of your back, the widest point of your back, you can take the whole thing, and it doesn't sting as much as if it like wraps around your arm or some shit.
Exactly. Also, I think my mom was using like my belts, like it was Oshkosh Bagosh belts. It wasn't too crazy, but
you remember so the belts with the metal tip? Oof.
But it was so funny because so I had a stepdad, and he was around from like the time I was like 3 or 5 to like the time I was 9. Something. I don't remember him not being there, but until he died. but
What the
Actually,
fuck?
I wasn't even there when he died.
What was that response? What was that though? What like who? Like it was like you turned into Yogi Bear, like oh boo. Boo-boo. My stepfather's dead. Boo-boo. It's not that much of a tragedy, boo-boo. Let's go get some picnic baskets. Yeah.
No, keep going.
Yogi Bear is definitely black. Sorry, like I'm sorry. Living off the land. He's the original homesteader. I don't know, man. He's a black homesteader. He's figured out he's living off the land, aka robbing unsuspecting white parents of their picnic baskets, and I'm all for it. That's reparations for that bear because he deserves it. They made him wear a hat.
Me of my youth.
But yes, you turned into Yogi Bear. What was that about?
It was just a funny noise, but
I love it.
Yeah, so I remember one day. It was a report I was supposed to do in 4th grade about Frederick Douglass or some shit or somebody black. I don't know. And I did
George
the report.
Washington Carver.
I did the full report, but I didn't hand it in because I wasn't satisfied with my work, but it was already too late. So I just never handed it in. I'm a perfectionist, baby. But I remember my teacher wrote that. Remember how they had like the block in the back of the report card to like just leave notes? She left that exact thing in the note, like, oh, he missed a really important project. And I'm like, this snitching ass white bitch. I can't believe this. Fuck you, Miss Laura. You sexy ass. That was a sexy teacher. But she's probably like 23. Damn. I should holler at her. She's probably like probably in her 40s now. Anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe on Staten Island I'll find her. But so my mom seen this in the notes, and she was like, I know you worked on that fucking report. Where the fuck is it? And I'm like, I didn't hand it in. I don't know. Because like back then, like my mom would yell, and I just like would shut down when she would yell. And I was just like, I don't know. I was a very meek child. Don't test me now, though, bitch. I'll fuck you up. But for any of the listeners, I know my mom's not listening. Maybe my uncle is. Like I told him what the podcast is. I don't think he's listening still. But because I talk about my own cum a lot on here. But I remember my mom, she read that comment, she's geeking out, she's hitting me with the belt. My stepdad, he notices the moves, he notices the wide back, the elbow, and he's like, you're not hurting him with that belt, you gotta use your hands. So he starts hitting me. This grown ass man with his hands. He was a correction officer, so good riddance to be dead. But then I don't dislike him, but you're law enforcement, you can die. And he wasn't white, but still. Was a very black man. But anyways,
part of the system.
Then him and my mom start scrapping because my mom's like, you're hurting him too much. So they start scrapping, and I hop in the middle, and my stepfather swings, trying to swing on my mother, by the way. He's trying to swing on my mom's, and he hits me, gives me a black eye. I mean, I didn't have to go to school the next day. That was cool.
That was nice. You got to catch Maury Povich during the morning, a little Ricky Lake.
It sounds pretty tragic, but I feel like that was that's why funny. And at the time it was tragic, but I was also 10 years old or no? How old are you in 4th grade? 12?
9.
Yeah, like 10.
So it's funny now. If that wasn't funny, leave a YouTube comment so I can get fucking rich and heal my pain with money.
Yes, let's do this. Let's listen.
Or hit my cash app. I'm checking my nails done tomorrow.
We need to fill that hole with money. Let's do it, guys.
You know what I want to know? How does everybody have the money to get like new game systems every time they come out? Like that's another reason why I don't play video games, because it's like Bro, you know how much those shits cost?
Yeah, every time that a new system comes out, like it's kind of, yeah, no, I get it. It's cost prohibitive for a lot of families too.
I feel like I want to be your
especially with the
financial
PS5s.
advisor, Joey. I feel like I need to see your finances. I need to see your budgets. Because I know exactly how much money you make. I just don't know how much money you spend.
You know exactly how much money I make?
You have told me how much money you make. I think you might have said it on the pod. I don't know if it was on the podcast or in the chat, but you definitely said it.
No, it was a chat.
Yeah. I don't know if you know how much exactly I make, because I've probably gotten a raise since then. Since I last told
look at this nigga balling. You nigga balling. I don't know your expenses though. So
yeah, we gotta get you. Mind your business, nigga. What the fuck? I'm 32 years old, bro.
You are always loudly proclaiming you're broke. I'm trying to help out because I know you don't.
Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good.
I get it. No, listen, Joey. I get it. Not all of us want to ball out on a PS5, on a PS7, on a because it's not just the system; it's the games and
the games are cheap. I feel like because the thing about PlayStation for me,
games are not cheap anymore. Games are not like they're almost $70 now, bro. Like chill out.
But they go on sale, or at least on PlayStation. I'm not like I don't have my.
You don't got a PS5 right now.
I'm not tapped into the culture as much as I would like to be, but I know like on PlayStation Market, like a game will be brand new and then go on sale in 2 weeks. So if you're not itching to play it the second it comes out, you're all right. Plus 70. I mean, and I feel like at least in the realm of games that my people talk about, like the big RPG games, I feel like I only see like 4 releases a year. Like Elden Ring, I'm hearing a lot about. Yeah. Like 4 releases that I don't give a shit about that I need to get on the spot. So Elden Ring, Horizon, the new Horizon game, which I haven't gotten yet. Yeah,
but see what I'm saying is like stack them all up, and now all of a sudden, like not only you don't got time.
For a year, that's only 2, whatever math is, 240.
It's still dumb sometimes. Like it's like, listen, I buy a lot of video games on sale also, like so that's probably why, and I do get points off of that, so that's nice. So the kids get whatever, and I get whatever. But that's what I'm saying though. It's like when you get a brand new game and it's like $70, and then the controller is like now $80. You remember when controllers were like $20?
Listen, we're this podcast is all about manifestation, which is basically just lying. So I'm gonna say I make 6 figures right now, and not reveal that I am on TikTok begging women to pay for my nails. All right, we're lying and manifesting out here. I can afford all the video games. I'm actually right now there is a clone of me sitting in my bed playing San Andreas because I bought that nigga. I bought San Andreas and I bought a clone of myself. I'm a baller out here, nigga. I'm rich. I'm a very rich man.
You would do? Is that what you would do? You would actually use your clone just to play video games for you?
No, my clone. If I can clone myself, I would take over the world. Because nobody puts the battery in my back like me. If I had that physically in the real world,
can you imagine? You just having like I can imagine your clone massaging your shoulders and just like, yeah, we got to do it. Just do it.
You would fuck your clone,
like,
wouldn't you?
And then just start to give you a little reach around, like just like
I feel like that's
you're an alpha. You're an alpha.
I would probably fuck my clone. Also, I feel like having a clone. I feel like having a clone would help my body dysmorphia because I feel like I must have body dysmorphia or something because this absolute bad bitch hit my DMs the other day and we're chatting it up. We're shooting the breeze and she says, I didn't expect you to have a personality because you look like a Greek god. And I was like, I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like grabbing the love handles and I'm like, what Greek? What? You're laying it on thick, ma. Either you laying it on thick, or I'm clearly not seeing what you see in the mirror because I think I'm cute, but Greek god status.
Listen, man, you gotta take it. You gotta take it like she's gonna take it.
She looks like Lisa Bonet.
See, that's where I'm happy for you. You know, I want you to live that life. I want you to go.
Get horse in the mouth.
Yeah, definitely don't. Like just, but also, bro. Just because he's beautiful doesn't mean that he don't got substance. That's kind of shitty of you.
Yes, I told her that. I was like, release yourself from the shackles that those two things are mutually exclusive. Because that was actually, I'm pretty sure that was like a thought that was put out there to oppress women. Because you don't really hear that about men mostly. Only women say it about men, but men and women say it about women. So I was like, mommy, release yourself from the shackles that you can. Because beauty is really about genetics, right? If your parents are hot, you're going to be hot. And then how you move through the world is what's going to develop your personality. And I have moved through the world quite a ton. But I feel like people need to move through the world more, because let me talk to you guys about another one of my TikToks that kind of blew my mind.
It's the TikTok, it's the Sasha TikTok episode. That's what this is.
I've gotten 4,000 followers this week. I'm trying. I'm up. But I posted a TikTok, and I know we're all men here, but this was a question for the ladies, and I was very shocked by the answer. I posted a question to the ladies. I said to the ladies, what's a bigger red flag? A man who has absolutely no women in his life, no women friends, or a man who has mostly women friends and has slept with all of them? And I thought it was going to be 60-40, a man with no women friends. But it was like landslide, I don't want the nigga who's fucked all his friends. And I got to say, for some of y'all out there, y'all have a very weird relationship with sex that needs to be analyzed. Because, I know you guys don't date men.
I'll play devil's advocate. I'll play devil's advocate. I can understand why somebody would see being friends with every partner as a red flag. Right? Let's be real here, right?
Duh, bro.
Bro, like I've been in that situation where that's my homie, that's my best friend, and they're like tag teaming her all throughout the weekend, and I'm none the wiser. Like all her bros all of a sudden is like literally got her in the Eiffel Tower. I don't know, bro. That's not how me and my sisters, me and my close friends roll. Like I'm not like so I'll play devil's advocate and be real here. That might be a bigger red flag. Now I'll flip it. I do get like you do want a person who at least can communicate with people of their same community and tribe, so to speak, right? So whatever they identify or whoever they want to be a part of, like they should be able to like make that friend. But it's still, bro,
here's my thing, because I had said in the follow-up TikTok, I was like, all right, if you found out a man had like a crazy sex life, even if he wasn't friends with everybody, that wouldn't be that crazy. But like, if you're a man and you come to another man and that man asks you advice and you go, you know what, bro, I'm not really sure about that. Perhaps you should ask a woman. And he looks you dead in the face and says, I don't talk to women. That's not a sociopath, bro.
Yes, because that's the Joker. Joaquin Phoenix's character study of an incel. Yes, but it's also like literally that's the incel mindset, right? Like the fact that there's chads out there, that the men that are like superior and can do.
Although I will say this, there was one answer. There's no right answer, but there was one woman who said the right answer. She said, and she stitched it. I forgot her name, Catherine something maybe. I don't know, but nobody. There's hundreds of comments. No woman even came close to this. She said, "Well, if a man has no women friends, it's kind of weird, but friends are hard to come by, so I can't really slight him for that. If a man has slept with all his female friends, well, that just depends on how insecure I am." And I was like, thank you. Self-aware queen. But she was like the oldest person to comment. I shouldn't call her like that. But she was like the oldest person to like comment on that post.
Damn, son.
I don't think she listens to
Talk. Cougar Talk should not be offended at any time because they will come after you.
I'm just saying, like it was just so funny that like so many of the women were like I said, they're his friends, but so many women like made up super crazy narratives for the B option. They were like, well, if he doesn't have healthy boundaries, he doesn't see women as people. I was like, if I set in the example that he's friends with all these women, why are you making the assumption he doesn't see them as people? You could fuck a bunch of bitches.
I saw one comment that was something like that. It was like
there were a lot like that.
What they're both misogynists. That's what she said.
Like, I'm a misogynist, but I mean, like, I guess I don't know the average age. I think the average age of my followers is kind of young, maybe like 24. So like, I'm ran through, but I can't say I've slept with like I'm closer to B. I haven't slept with all of my female friends or anything like that, but or women friends, but that's just crazy that I didn't think it was going to be a landslide for B. It was.
You know what's weird about? You know what it? You know what the only thing. Like if it's all of that person's friends that he slept with, it is somebody who doesn't necessarily understand boundaries.
Right.
Because
all right. So here's how I paint the situation in my head, right? So I'm talking like friends in real life that potentially could be a threat to you, right? So how many real life friends do most people even get, right? Let's say 7. So if all of it, he's got 7 women. I feel like most people don't even have 7 close friends, but like 7 friends that like you could FaceTime them whenever.
But statistically,
I don't think
all 7 of those women can't just be neutral.
You're a man.
I don't think so.
You're a man, and so you got 7 women, and I feel like it's not crazy to fuck 7 women. You could have dated one and you were friends. You could have been friends with one and then you slept together because you were drunk. You could have been friends with another and then like y'all decided to date because like y'all got along so well, realized you don't work romantically, then just been friends.
Okay, Issa Rae.
That's already 3 situations that most people have probably been in.
Absolutely.
So let's just 4 more times you fucked. Drunk once, you fucked the other one. Y'all were sad at the same time. That's number 5. I'm just thinking about scenarios of
okay, hold on. See, okay. Think about that last one you just said. You're both sad. That it can misconstrued as something deeper at that point.
No, but I'm saying in the scenario B, he's friends with all of them now. All of them now are platonic friends. But I'm just saying, like in my head, it's not crazy to assume because I feel like everyone hears the word sex and assumes all this nefarious shit. And like maybe I just have a better relationship with sex than most people because
you absolutely do, bro. Obviously, that's not like that. That is something that we need to start with because I feel like what it really comes down to is the fact that your girl knows that one of your friends, you have memories of her doing all the things that you tell her to do in bed. Like damn, I know he likes it when I do this. And now I'm thinking of her doing that to him because that happened.
Let's just call it out. Like, I know he likes to bust a fat load on my face.
And he was nutting on hers.
So now every time I see her, every time I see Stephanie, I see her with my husband's load on his face, her face.
Yeah.
Ooh, well,
I love how you scream that in your private home at 1 a.m. I hope
my wife has definitely heard that. She's gonna comment on that later, and it's gonna be great. Yeah, shout out to
I don't know. It's just so weird. I didn't think because my TikTok is filled with sluts. It's filled with the polyamorous and the sexually liberated. I did not think people were this jealous. Because I remember, I don't have okay. So with my last relationship, it really like kind of put me to the test because it was long distance. This girl was in another country, and it's just a very homogenous community. So kind of everybody at some point or another has fucked each other because. It's like what so with the Armenians like that birthright program, Armenia, like if you were born in Armenia, you do not have a forward thinking thought. You are a person from a second world country who thinks women should fucking be on their hands and knees, pregnant, cooking, and cleaning all the time, right? But if you come from birthright, those people are all like Americans or from other parts of the world that are more advanced, and then they come to Armenia super progressive, but they can't get along with people. Yeah, so they fuck all these people. So I had to, So in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm in love with this girl, but she's all the way across the country with a bunch of niggas. Like, and like, it's not like she was hanging with any of these niggas. They weren't her friends, but they were around. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like everyone, community. She lived there for 4 years. Like everyone she fucked and everyone who visits in the summer, like they were all around. And I had to like really like lock in and just be like, all right, I cannot let this get to me.
Yeah.
And that was the work I had to do because I love this woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like as a man doing that in a long distance relationship, it seems kind of insane. And the thing is about men, like men have like entitlement to women's bodies. Women don't really have that with men. So like a girl could fuck me, right? And then like maybe she wants the dick again. And if I say no, okay, you could, you gotta go get the dick again, like, you know what I mean? But a man could get like mad, get aggressive. Women ain't gonna do shit to me. If I don't want to fuck you again, I don't want to fuck you. Period.
I don't know, man. Death by snoo snoo does exist.
I haven't fucked anybody tall in a very long time.
I think you need to. I think you need to have sex with a beautiful Amazonian woman who takes advantage of you, because it's not funny. It's scary. When
I've
they
never had sex with
like,
a woman taller than me.
Listen, hold on.
I don't think I've seen a woman taller than me.
You've seen the women I've dated.
I was in the club the other day, bro. There was this girl in there who had to be like 6'5". Like I didn't even like register she was a person. Right? I thought she was like a mascot or something, and I'm like, wait a second.
It's so crazy. It's like it blows your mind. Like I think I said this to you. Like I was in the Mohegan Sun, and that happens to be the arena for the Connecticut Suns or whatever. Yeah. And there was a basketball player that was right next to me in Chick-fil-A, and I had never seen a woman this tall. I have never seen a lot of humans this tall, but a woman was like crazy. Like she towered over me in a sense where like I was like just like maybe at her breast. Like that's
the right place to be. Loud 105 Boobs Radio Late.
It's 2009 and we're back. Yeah. It's we've done it. We hit all the markers. We did like a Family Guy like sound clip like a few hundred times. Stewie, like
I love how we breezed right past the fact that Justin said he was in the club and thought this bitch was a mascot because she was so fucking tall.
No, because bro, no,
he said she was like a mascot.
Though I understand.
He said I thought she was a mascot.
That shit is real, bro.
In a bar, was like pretty mascot.
Like, no, what happened was a friend of mine had walked up and started talking to me, and there was a smaller friend next to my friend, and my friend's not that tall to begin with. She's like 5'7". So then there's another friend who's like 5'4". So I'm looking at my friend and the small girl, my friend, the small girl. And then I realized, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm looking forward. I'm like, what the fuck is behind them? And I'm like, oh, that's a person. Like, I think she was like 6'2" with heels on. So she was up there. She was the tallest person in the building. Like, I'm not exaggerating. And I'm just like, holy fuck. Like, I did not. And I just I have not seen a person. My boss and one of my coworkers are both 6'3" and I'm 6 feet. So like I'm very used to like being around tall people, but like this was the tallest person I've ever seen. So like it was like did not register to me.
Dating someone taller than you, and I don't know if you've experienced this, Joey. Have you? I don't know your body count like that. So
I haven't.
So I dated someone who was significantly taller than me, especially in heels. She was like 6'3" in heels.
Wow.
And when you're dwarfed that bad, you're just like, damn, like you gotta like just get over it really fast.
I want to experience it once.
You just gotta go past that and just go like, damn, this is gonna be fun. Mm-hmm. But those women can definitely take you out sometimes, bro. Like I've never been like you can feel dainty really quickly.
See, here's my thing. So I'm 6 feet. But I don't have the greatest posture. So really, in reality, I'm probably floating around 5'10" when I'm just like relaxed doing my thing. So I've dated one girl that was 5'10" and one girl that was 5'11", and they were the two tallest girls I ever dated. And I just remember like whenever I like straighten my back out or like just be kind of standing on a ledge or like be in some boots, they'd always like make comments like, "I wish you were this tall," and I'm like, "What the fuck, bitch?" Like, so like but if you're already like taller than me, I'm down. Like, yeah, like just be like obnoxious taller than me. Like be like 6'5". Like I don't want there to be like don't be 6 feet coming to me and like we're kind of locking eyes and your eyes are maybe a little bit over mine or like mine are a little. No, be like 6'5".
6'5".
So you're just happy I'm remotely close. But I don't think I've ever met a woman that was that tall in real life. Maybe have I? Let me think.
They exist. They exist, and they're out there, and they need love. So if you find a tall woman, don't be intimidated, short king. Remember that you need to believe in yourself.
Stand up
And
straight.
death by snoo snoo is a honorable death.
You know why I couldn't get with a tall woman though? Because for me,
why you gotta ruin it so
no,
quickly,
no.
bro?
This is not a bad thing. So for me, I feel like a lot of women date me to compensate for their own meekness. Like I'm this big extra person that's loud and obnoxious, and all these like really meek introverted women are always super attracted to me because I think they want to compensate for how meek they are with how like massive and just an outgoing personality that I am. I feel like if I would do that to a tall woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd want to be held. I want you to carry me.
Yes.
And I feel
want
like
to be held.
And I feel like I don't want to do that to the tall woman because she's gonna be like,
Yo.
I don't want to carry you. Like, I know you want to feel small because we live in a patriarchy, but since I cannot do that for you physically, I just hold me. I would like to.
That's rooted in misogyny. Okay, first off, this is a pro Little Spoon fucking podcast.
Yes,
I want to be a little spoon. God damn it! Stroke my hair, kiss me, and make me feel lovely. I want to be told that I'm pretty and that you think I have nice eyes.
Sexy thighs on my butt, baby.
Cardona, I gotta know: are you normally the big spoon or the little spoon? Like if you had to percentage it up over the years,
we have to because I'd be like, yo, I really want to be little spoon. Move over. I get very demanding about that kind of thing, but I am usually big spoon. It is probably like a 70-30 split at this point. I do like, especially when I'm sick, I just want to like come on, man, just like kiss my forehead or something.
Ask the ladies because I feel like
kiss my forehead.
Women, is it like is there something up with your shoulder where you can't really? Because I feel like in my past there's been like a lot of contention about me being a little spoon. Like it just feels like y'all just don't want to do it. Like it's just do y'all have weak shoulders? Do you not let that wrap around? Am I too
especially when they're much smaller than you? Like when they're much smaller, they feel weird about it. I think like because they're like they're like crotches in the middle of your back or something because they're a hobbit, and yeah, maybe that's what it is.
I don't really have like a. Excuse me. I don't really have like a height preference. I've dated the shortest girl I ever dated was 4'11", the tallest was 5'11". I don't really care. But I mean, if I had to think about it, you know what I need? I need a wide woman. I need somebody with some fucking delts, bro. Like I need somebody with some capped delts, some round shoulders, some thick traps.
I'm digging this.
Juice. I need a bitch with some juicy forearms, bro. Choke me out.
Choke me out. Do it.
Maybe I'll find that, dude. I don't know what happened.
Every time I stumble across some kind of porno where the two people are wrestling, I can't ever like. There's no part of me that wants to like jerk off to that, but there's definitely a part where I just get entertained by it. Like it's like, why are you doing like Krav Maga and sucking his dick? Like it makes no sense.
All right,
stop this nonsense.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I have jerked off to wrestling porn when it's lesbian. they just flow better because with the guy you can always tell like he's not really trying to hurt the girl. When it's two lesbians with oil, they're going at it crazy.
Oh yeah,
they're choking somebody out while putting her foot in their pussy and shit. It's good times.
It's aggressive. It's very aggressive. I don't know if I'm if that's something that's in my wheelhouse.
Imagine
I'll respectfully give that over.
Getting choked out by a brolic bitch like while she's giving you the reach around. And
what's crazy is like there's some moves that they be implementing, like they like lock your head in and then you start forcefully sucking your penis and you're like what? like you like the point of it is not to get your penis sucked. Like I think in the match. Honestly, I don't know.
I'll give that gem to the ladies. If you are a woman and you're listening to this, whoever it is you're sleeping with, just choke them out. I feel like every time I try to ask a girl to choke me, they like make it. You know what it is? I get all these girls with small hands, and they have small hands, and I have a thick neck. So I think they're ambitious, right? They go for it, but they see the comparison and they're like, "Am I even doing anything to you?" And I'm like, "You were until you said that. Like, take control, baby. Like, just don't
be confident.
Put pressure over the carotid artery, please, and tell me I'm dirty. Like, that's just let it happen, bro."
Exactly. I had one girl. This was like, all right. So I think I said this on the podcast, but honestly, it's good. I'll say it again because this was like 7 years ago, and I still think about it. This girl, she's Gawk 9000, whatever. Then she's hit me with the slurp suck, the suck, the combo.
Hold on.
11 back shot. Just everything. Just everything around my genitals is wet and in and around her mouth. She's swirling with it, right? And then she stops, she grabs my dick, and she grabs me by the throat, and she says, "Beg me to keep going." And I'm like, "Keep going." She's like, "Beg me to suck this dick." And I'm begging, my boy.
This has gotten very sexy. I think I have, wow.
And keep in mind, this girl
I got the gray sweats on. You better chill, bro.
And then she starts slurping it up. Doesn't take the hand off the throat and just looking at me. And she's like, "Yeah." Keep in mind, this girl's 5'4". So don't feel intimidated. I'm 6 feet tall. Also, to circle back, that girl is still my friend.
Thanks for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
We have not slept together since then, but I think about it often. I'm using this podcast to just say shit that keep me single because I'm a better person when I'm single. So
wow,
let's just throw this in the ether. All my sexual.
It's definitely keeping your nose clean, so to speak. Good for the podcast.
Women are only here to harm me.
We talked about it at the top of the episode, and to circle back, what does society look like if men aren't distracted by women? Is it a better place? Like because not because women are bad. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm talking about the amount of distraction that men can get into because of women.
I think monogamy is pretty stifling. I think if we abandon monogamy, society would look better. And everyone would be less stressed because if we abandon monogamy, then we also abandon raising children in a 2-family home and we go back to raising as a village. Could you imagine just like 9 niggas raising your kid? And they're all your boys.
I don't think any of that is good. I'm not fucking with that.
I'm not sure.
At all.
I don't know if that's my favorite thing. I don't know if that's my favorite thing either, though. Like, I don't want 9 people be like, "Hey, all right, what's up?"
Okay, I'm gonna say this. So my baby mom's is married to a woman, and my baby mom's mom is always home. Her stepdad is always home. My baby mom's wife's parents love my kid. My kid is getting raised by 12 people, and she's a very well-adjusted child for it.
That's good.
And also that allows me to because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I really do not have paternal instincts, despite the fact that I am an actual father. So that is something I've been working on it for literally the last decade. It is not my ministry. So yeah, my kid is, and it's not even like, oh, she has extended family. Like, no, these are people who are home all the time and always want to see my kid. And the list is longer than that. We're just not going to get into my baby mom's whole lineage that is on, whatever the fuck they're on, that they can just
in the same geographic location
somehow collect money. Yes. But my kid has a network, a village. So, and again, she's very well adjusted for that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she'll come to me when she's 20 and be like, "I needed you and mom only in this cis hetero straight relationship." Or, but I doubt that's gonna happen.
Don't you know? President Daddy Ben Shapiro told us that we need to exist. This is age 40. Your daughter talking to you. You're on your deathbed and you have to take your Trump pills to feel better and hopefully make it through.
I feel like if women could have fuck women distracting you. If women could if we knew, which I think they can, but I think if we knew for a fact that it was a completely healthy thing for a woman to have a baby at 50, society would look very different. It would look much better. Because I don't think anyone would pack it up and settle down until they were 45.
Till they were smart.
Yeah, because we're not smart right now. 30.
No.
Whoa, let me tell you, since we're talking about parents and abuse and all that stuff, a 30-year-old, a 30-something is not a smart person on average. My mom was like all this. The story I just told about my mom. So if I'm 9, that means my mom was 29 when she jumped me with my stepdad. When she threw up my Legos, she was my age. I was 14, she was 34. So, like I said, I give her grace for the past, but the average 30-year-old is fucking dumb. So I think if we could fuck women distracting us, I think if people didn't settle down until they were deep in their 50s and everyone died before they were grandparents, that would be great.
Yeah.
Before they were grandparents?
Because if you have kids at 50, I mean, if the norm is having kids at 50, so you're having kids at 50 and your kids are not having kids till 50,
but then there's no village. There's a
village because we're not doing monogamy as strong. So it's not about it's not about this. I'm in this square box and that person next door is in their square box. We're all a village. We're all doing.
You got to bank on everyone like having children though.
But see, the real question is, how does society abandon monogamy?
I mean, we're getting there.
Wow.
That's the thing I was thinking about too.
At the hour mark, Joey just asked the most brave question.
Well,
we're going to go for it, guys.
Abandon is a very strong word.
Well, abandon would have to be the whole of society turning it aside, which will not happen in our lifetimes. But I mean, I feel like there's a pretty large chunk of the population saying, even if they're not saying they're poly, they're saying, I'm not going to be in a marriage. I don't believe in marriage. I don't believe in settling down, this, that, and the third. I feel like there's a pretty decent chunk of our population. And plus, there's people who haven't really come to that conclusion, but it's not working for them. They're 33 and they want to have the family, but they don't have the tools because nobody teaches you the tools, right? It's just that you are supposed to do this thing. And if you don't just, get lucky and nut in some ginger in Pennsylvania when you're 22, then it doesn't happen. Which, by the way,
a very real statement.
Didn't even nut in her, bro. That was just pulling out a bit too late. And now we got this cool little mixed John that texts me pool noodles from time to time. Isn't life wild?
She texts you pool noodles?
She called me the other day. And she was just playing with a pool noodle, but she was not in a pool. And I was like, why do you have a pool noodle? And she's like, because I can do what I want. And I'm like, correct.
You're bet.
Whenever my daughter's rude to me, I just say, yeah. I'm just like, I just go with it. Because I'm like, I literally want you to be mean to men. I want you to have that energy.
I love this new generation of kids, man. They're just weird. They want to do their own thing. And I 100% encourage Jackson to be as weird as possible sometimes. And I don't know if that's the best thing, but we're going to find out. If he wants to show up the way he wants to show up, he's going to do it. We colored his hair like in rainbows and put clouds and shit like that on his hair. And he was that's what I want. I was like, whatever. And he's like, he wants a face tattoo of Mr. Potato Head. I was like, yeah, sure. Okay. Whatever you want, man. All
right. Next time I come over, I'll bring the needle. We'll tattoo Jackson's face.
We have a tattoo gun in the house, just so you know.
Oh my God.
Because Joni was tattooing me for a little bit. I got some weird little scratching.
That's
tattoos
fucking badass.
Nothing crazy.
I wish my wife would tattoo me. That'd be dope.
It was just I was encouraging her.
I'm gonna try to get her to do it.
Yeah, I just encouraged her. I was like, "Yo, this is really it's not hundreds of dollars. We can just invest in this and for a little fun." And we have the whole machine. So Jackson's gonna get a head tattoo before I do.
And call CPS on this man. He is tattooing his baby.
Hey, but he's going to have a great life. He's never going to have a normal job, yo. He's going to be a content creator. CPS, I don't care who you are. No, that's not true. I'm not tattooing. I am so no way, dude. But the the actions and words that are portrayed by this character do not reflect those of the actual performer itself, as well as the National Treasure podcast, who have absolved themselves of any future litigation.
Do you have that disclaimer written down somewhere?
I don't know, bro. I'm really high.
Bro. That shit was
I'm
good.
really high, and yo, this is how I do my job. I like fake it, just getting really high, and I sound really professional, and I just like drill you down until you say, "Yeah, here's my credit card number. Here's my bank account." That's my life. I like it.
Nice.
I'm gonna keep smoking. I'm gonna have a good night. I'm gonna have sex with my wife.
You know, we haven't ended the podcast yet, right?
No, I do know, because I'm letting the podcast world know. I'm blowing backs out tonight.
Damn.
Dude, I have no dick game at 1 a.m., but this has been the National Meat Treasure.
This weed makes me horny. I'm ready.
That's good shit.
Weed makes you horny? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. There are strains that do that.
Oh yeah,
man.
Hungry and horny.
Weed is fucking just superior.
It is.
Weed is life.
It is good.
Superior to what?
Everything.
To not weed. Weed is superior to not weed.
And alcohol. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Sorry, guys.
Whatever you guys say.
Maybe a nice margarita.
Thank you.
But
I love me a marg. Oof. I love me a marg.
Can we do margaritas? Okay. But anyway, this has been the National Meat Treasure. We release episodes every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. We're going to keep going because we're stupid. But thank you for checking us out every week. And as faithful as you guys do, because we have to hit 3,000 downloads on our podcast, just the podcast alone, and thousands of views on YouTube. So keep fucking plugging away. Fucking watch us more. Say something. I don't know. We need you. Just like you need us.
Yeah, you do need us. Before I plug myself, Black Splaining Podcast Season 2. Hey. That's out right now. I might be in an episode sometime in April. Black Splaining type, I'm not going to spell that out for you right now, but sound it out. Black Splaining Podcast on Instagram.
BLACKSPLAIN. And I'll put that in the episode description anyway. So don't you worry, my dolls.
Sir, I might be appearing on yet another episode of theirs. I'm already on an episode in season 1. Go check that out. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok at thin.cruel.clips.
Lips.
And follow us at National Meat Treasure on like all platforms.
Yeah, since we're done with RIP.
Oh
to the Spotify playlist.
RIP to the Spotify playlist.
We didn't want to confuse you guys no more. We realized that was a problem, but RIP. But plug your shit, Joey.
Yeah, follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Saint Thrillah. That's where I'm active at, and Twitter.
Well, do you follow any porn stars on Twitter?
Yeah, we do. We all do.
Not that I'm consciously know of. Maybe, I don't think so.
Well,
it's just
as Joey ponders that. As Joey ponders if he follows porn stars on Twitter. This has been National Meat Treasure. Peace.